Right, welcome back to Henry's Garage. We're working on Wee Amy, the white TR7, and the plan was to get the rear axle and the rear suspension in. We did, at the same time as having to take out the petrol tank in order to give it a rinse on the inside and install the petrol sender unit, which needed filing down in order to enable, and we also fixed the petrol cap in the meantime, which wasn't working. So there's a few things in here, but it's done. I'm happy, and tomorrow I'll get the wheels on. I've got to decide if I'm going to put the brakes on as well first, or just get the wheels on so that I can move the car. I guess I'm going to make a decision. I could either do the brakes and the brake pipes and the fuel pipe, or I could put the engine in. And I haven't decided which to do. I'll chat with John about it tonight, and we'll go from there. Plan for today is to clean and weld up that cut, which I had to use to get the bolt out. I think I cleaned most of the underneath, but it needs painting where I haven't. So it's been cleaned, as in with a wire wheel, but it hasn't been painted yet. So we're going to weld that up and then paint the rest of the bottom, so that tomorrow I can get on the rear axle. I'm just having a look here and thinking, well, maybe I'll put some paint in there as well. Not paint, some weld in there, but that's rusty, so maybe I'll put some filler in, and maybe I'll do neither and leave it for another time. So the idea, because I've got lots of rust that needs sorting, but the idea isn't to actually deal with that in terms of the holes. And the idea is to get it cleaned up and get the axle on. That's all welded up now. No light coming through from the other side, so we'll consider it good. We'll see what we can do about grinding it down, and then we'll get it painted up. So I've ground that back enough so that the nut will sit flush, and any washer, so they'll sit flush now. And I'm just leaving the bit up above. Okay, so I've gone around and painted everywhere that wasn't. So in the where the drive shaft runs along, this back panel here, both wheel arches, the bottom of the spare tyre, and the subframe. So that now should be, well, at least better protected than it was. Now you can see bits where I haven't painted, because here clearly I've got to do some welding at some point, and here. And then on the other side, just there, the metal was good, so it got painted. So now I know, you shouldn't have black underneath, and it's the wrong kind of paint and all of that, but this is not going to be, I'm doing it to drive. I want to get this on the road at some point, so, and given how little time I get up here, yeah, so that's it for this morning. I'm gonna stop here and have some lunch and let it dry and decide what I want to do in the afternoon. I failed to mention as an intro that the petrol cap couldn't unlock it and lock it, and so this was us trying to fix it. The first job was to get the pin out of it. That's it. Now we've just got to pull this one out. Right, and we need to make sure we don't lose this.
Yeah.
I haven't got my magnetic tray with me. Okay, I've been holding my finger on this. So we're going to film taking it off so that we know what goes where. So we've got cover, a spring, lock mechanism one way and the other, and that's keyed. And this is the bit we thought might allow us to what's that? Oh, there's a spring here as well. So what is there's a spring with that little plastic cap which must do something, which went in there.
Yeah. Put them in there. How does the key come out that way now? Yes.
And we've got a washer of some kind.
No ring yet.
No. Well, I don't. Oh yeah, maybe. Oh god, a vase stiff O-ring. Yeah. Right. And a rusty. Right. Okay, that one doesn't want to go in. This was the driver's key, so I don't think it's that. It's going to have to be one of those longer ones, isn't it? This one's too short to.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that might just reach them. But I mean, that one really doesn't want to go in.
Well,
It's flop. You've gone through 180.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
I think these should.
They should retract, shouldn't they?
They should. When you put the key in, it should
Push them out.
act on something and push these down. So I think we just need to clean this up and let me get wire brush to get over here.
Yeah. So the plan is we think the problem is these are not disengaging for whatever reason. So we're going to take a wire brush to them and see if that does it. Being off camera a bit, but we've got the I don't know what these bits are called, but these bit we've got loosened up now so they go in and out. So, and we've found the right key, which is this one, here. So when that goes in now, these retract. With those retracted, it would allow it to turn within here. And this bit here will connect on to there, like that. So when it's turned, it will allow this to turn. These jaws obviously connect onto here, and so that means that that will turn, and therefore we can unlock it. So we're going to put it back together. I think we might just give this a bit of a clean as well. We might put some oil or grease in there as well, just to try to keep it working a bit smoother, and we'll see if it works.
Just coming up for 3 minutes to...
There we go, it's working. So, one fixed petrol cap. Okay, before I go any further, I'm going to get the petrol feeder in and fixed on. Yeah. I don't know how many of you have tried to put this in on your back underneath the car, but I simply can't get the strength to squeeze this gasket enough to lock this on. So tank's coming out. Please flush out with petrol before fitting. So that came with the petrol tank, which I installed the last time I was here. I didn't read it, and so didn't do that. So today the plan is to get that petrol tank out, hopefully even this morning, but get the petrol tank out, flush it, and then back in. Tank's out. I've given it a good flush with petrol, and as you can see I spilt a bit. Whoops. So now I'm going to fit, hopefully more easily, the sender unit. So even out of the car I cannot get this in properly. So this is meant to come in here and then turn, but this lip you see comes further and further out, so it tightens it up. But I can never get it in far enough to turn it. So what I'm thinking about doing is just filing the beginning down a bit in each corner. And my dad's just turned up to tell me this is a bad idea probably. But that's what I'm thinking about doing. And we'll go from there. Well, that's taken a good bit of time and a lot of filing. And that's as far, I mean, that is, you can see it's only just moved around a bit, but it's really tight, so that's what it needs to be. We're going to put a little bit of oil in here just to see if it will go a bit further with that, but I doubt it. It has taken some work, but the petrol tank is back in. The electrics are connected up, but no fuel pipe at this stage. Time to fit the rear axle and suspension. So we've got new shocks, new springs, new gaiters, new hardware. So we'll start by sticking the springs up here and getting those on loosely, and then work from there. I'm just putting things in loosely for now, but you can see I'm putting the nut on this side, the bolt coming through the other way, because last time, so that way if the bolt gets jammed I can bang it through and it will come out the other side. If I put the bolt in this way, I can't get at it from the other side if I need to. Right, it's dark, but as you can see it's taken a while, but the rear axle and suspension, sway bar, everything's all in. Nothing is torqued, but the nuts are all tight, except for the one at the top of here, where I need someone to hold the strut whilst I turn it. So it's done. Oh, right. Well, I'm filming this 2 seconds after I did the intro. I'm shattered. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry that I didn't film as much as I could. It was a bugger getting it in, but then it always is. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. And I hope that I managed to make some more further progress tomorrow. Ta-ra for now.